Uh, from the last, if you see from the last 15, 20 years, the mobile technology has grown up like anything. It has seen a lot of advancement and a lot of advancement in the field of internet, a lot of advancement in the field of social media. Social media and mobile has become a part and parcel of our life. And we have reached to the level that we can't live without those. So we need it in every day. So there was a time where the morning when we wake up, we used to see the guards' photos, but now the trend has been changed. We see like what messages are there, what comments are there, what new updates are there on our social media. So we have reached that level. So therefore, it is better to understand where we are heading. Okay. So now it has become a hot cake in the field of psychiatry. There's so many research have been happening in the field of internet and social media. How this is impacting our mental health. So before going to talk about internet, social media, and how this is going to impact us, we need to understand what is mental health. Generally, the mental health means absence of mental illness. But the World Health Organization, which defines mental health in four key points. Point number one, to cope up with the stresses of normal stresses of everyday life. Of course, the stress is a part and parcel of life. Stress will be there everywhere, everywhere. Yes, like how do we cope up with the stress? How do we face the stress? How do we handle and manage the stress? That is a part of your mental health. To realize our abilities and potentialities. Every individual is unique, varies in terms of abilities and strengths and potentials. But we need to have some amount of realization. We need to have some amount of understanding our abilities. I'm good in what aspects, I'm strong in what aspects, and what are all my weak spots, and how I can improve those. Okay. Next, to learn well, work well. That means leading a productive life, satisfactory life. At the end of the day, you feel happy about your performance in your day-to-day activities. The fourth one, to contribute to your community, the community in which you are living, and what is your contribution. So these 4 points given by WHO, which defines mental health. Along with this, it is very important to understand what is mental illness. But if you look at the mental illness and physical illness, there is one difference, major difference that we need to understand. When the illness which comes to your body shows the symptom. Okay. Take in cases of example, in the case of fever, when you have a fever and your temperature, body temperature will rise, and you feel nausea, you feel headache, and sometimes you're not able to eat properly, not able to sleep, and body pain, etc. Someone can easily recognize that you have a fever. But when it comes to the mental health or mental illness, the symptoms will appear in terms of a behavioral changes. So it is very difficult to understand the behavioral changes because the lack of knowledge and lack of understanding about it. So therefore, in India, almost 35 to 40% of people, when they have some kind of changes in their behavior, they will approach the faith healers, they will approach temples, masjid, and other religious institutions for a treatment, not for a hospital. Therefore, like they spend a lot of years, they spend a lot of amounts on it, and then they will come to the hospital. But it is very important to understand what is mental illness. The mental illness, sorry, mental illness is a disorder. Just 1 minute. Oh, I'm so sorry. Mental illness, a disorder affecting thinking, mood, perception, orientation, memory, impairing judgment, behavior, and daily functioning. If any condition which is affecting your thinking, you're not able to think properly, you're getting a lot of negative thoughts, and you're not able to focus, and most of the time your mood will be down, our mood will be aggressive, our mood will be elevated, and sometimes your perception, there will be disturbances in your perception, the way you perceive things, and that is totally distorted, which is away from the reality. And orientation, you might be having a disturbances in terms of understanding where you are, what is the time of the day, which is the day it is, and what is the place, and memory. Sometimes you may forget things, sometimes you may not be able to store information. And because of all this condition, it will be leading to judging the situation, judging the people and behavior and daily function. When a person is having a disturbances in all these aspects, you can say that the person is having some problem and it requires a treatment. But this condition, which also includes the alcohol and drug abuse. So now let me come to this is what the difference between mental health and mental illness. Now let me come to the mental well-being. This is a model called PERMA, PERMA. This model is given by a positive psychologist called Martin Seligman. If someone has to be some, if we wanted to say someone is really well, he is maintaining his well-being, and he must have a good atmosphere, and he must have a good ability in five components. Number one is called as a positive emotions. Okay, positive emotions like a joy, happiness, gratitude, hope, which are very essential. If you carry these emotions most of the day, so you can expect a positive benefits out of these emotions. Other than at the contrary, if you carry sadness, if you carry anger, if you carry frustration, and if you carry other negative emotions most of the day, and it is going to disturb you like anything. The second, engagement. How much you are engaging in your work. Okay. How much flow in your work that you are experiencing. Suppose if you started some work and you will pay 100% of your attention, and you will involve best, and you will try to contribute best to that work, and at the end of the day, and whatever skills that you have, whatever knowledge that you have, you will put completely. This is called engagement. The third one is a relationship. The strong, meaningful relationships are crucial for our well being. The relationship within yourself, the relationship at your family, the relationship at workplace, the relationship with your neighbor people, or colleagues, or other people, how you're maintaining a relationship. Next, meaning that. Finding a purpose and meaning in life gives us a sense of direct and fulfillment. Okay, the meaning is very important, and you have a meaning in your life, and that gives you a direction to your life. So accomplishment, a small accomplishment, probably scoring a good marks in a exams, doing a good presentation for a college students, and even for academics, you can say like a professors, assistant professor, associate professors. For us, like that, if you get a grants from any kind of reputed institutions, or if you publish a paper, even like if you perform very well in a class, if you do good teaching to the students, and you feel so happy, and sometimes you may consider that as an yes, definitely an accomplishment. And these five components are a key components for a well-being. But because of this digital, interference, now the trend has been changed. Let us see what is going to happen. If you look at the internet and social media, as I have told in the beginning, there is a significant surge in internet use. In India, 1.2 billion Indians are using internet. 467 million people use social media, and 7 lakh people join social media every day. So there are two sides of this social media. One is a darker side, and second one is a brighter side. Then let me tell first the brighter side. I have seen so many people draw the positive aspirations from celebrities, models, sports personalities, and successful entrepreneurs, utilization for research and purposes, and display of a talent through the various applications. How now the social media, it has become a kind of lot of social action activities will take place in a social media. And we have seen, in case if something happened in a country, it will become a trend in Twitter. Okay, it will become a trend in Twitter. And finally, and the participants want this to reach to the government or a policymaker, and this society will accept, this society will not accept. The social media is a key tool where people will express it. The social media has become a major platform for raising your voices on social issues and making a community impact. As I've said, this is a brighter side. I will tell you one more example for this. I had a friend, and he did his MSc in psychology, and he was working with me for some years. And then he said, I wanted to open a clinic, psychotherapy clinic. Then I said, it's a good idea, and you're also good in psychotherapy. Why did you start it? Then he said, he opened it. He opened a psychotherapy clinic, and then he wanted to market it. for which he started using his social medias. And he was staying in a Bengaluru region, and he started doing a paid promotion for his clinic. The paid promotion, that means like he will give a complete content to the vendor. The vendor will take it and he will put this information, he will load this information to the different social media platform, and he will also program it that it has to appear in a particular region, by which he started making his psychotherapy clinic popular in a Bangalore region. He started receiving a lot of patients for it. This is one of the side where he has used the social media positively, so that he started earning nearly more than 1 lakh per month. This is a one example. If you look at the darker side of it, one girl, she's studying in 9th standard, and the parents brought her to the clinic. And the parents reported, and she's refusing to go to school, and she's not good in academics, and performance is coming down. And I asked, like, what do you do every day? Then she said, like, most of the time she will watch social media, and she is very active in Instagram and all. Then I wanted to talk to her. I wanted to explore more about it. Then I said, like, yes, I wanted to talk to you personally. I started talking to the child. Child said, I asked, like, how many social media you use? She said, two or three. Which one you prefer more? She said, Instagram. What do you do in Instagram? She said, like, I will do reels, I will post videos, I will post some pictures and all. Then I asked, like, how many followers you have? She said 30,000 followers. She's just 15 years old, having a 30,000 followers in a social media. For her post, if she gets 1,000 likes, 2,000 likes, or even 100 and 150, 200 good comments for it, that is a great achievement for her. Because the social media, which will attract. But the child maturity is not enough to understand the impact of the social media. But what about the mental well-being of the parents? What about the mental well-being of the parents? It is very tough to handle it. It is very tough because the kind of impact the social media creates, immediately we will not understand it. But a long run, the disturbance, the impact is very huge. So therefore, now there is a new trend which is called as a digital stress or digital burnout. The stress or fatigue which is caused by excessive use of digital content, such as social media, is often referred as a digital stress, digital fatigue. So if you look at the current trends, what is happening? 93% of the children, they prefer playing online games. 78% are habituated to having a food while watching a mobile screen. Okay, they don't even realize what they are eating. The mother just she will feed the food, and the baby is busy in mobile. 77% demand mobile phones as they return home from a school. First task, they don't see where the bag is, where the shoes are. Immediately they will rush, they will grab the mobile, they start watching it. 83% are suffering from eye related issue because of watching from the mobile phone. The dry eye is the main problem. 67% start behaving abnormally in society because of their mobile addiction. Because whenever they engage in a mobile, because they don't only engage, they will also start responding emotionally. Okay. Most of the time, especially these games and all, they will kill somebody in a game. They will start do racing in a game. They do bike race. They do car race. They do play some games like a PUBG. They kill others. This will create a lot of stress in them. This will create a lot of negative emotions in them. So whenever they come out, they will also express the same. But if you look at a youth, Indian youths, 9 to 17 years spend nearly 3 hours daily on a social media and gaming study, it says. And this is the study which I conducted in Tamil Nadu. It says that 32% uses Instagram as a major key social media platform. And the combination of Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, and games, these are popular among youths. But if you look at the engage, young adult means 18 to 25 years old, 26 to 30% showed excessive internet use for a social media. And in case of gender, the males are more. The males are using more. And 23% heavy users maintain 4 plus social media accounts. But what is a problematic use? This is the question. When we call someone is in a problematic social media use, there is something called as ICD-11, International Classification of Disorder 11. It is given 6 points, 6 criteria. If someone is having any of these symptoms, you can say that and is social media use is really problematic. The problematic internet use is characterized by impaired control over online activities, with users unable to regulate time spent despite repeated attempts to cut back, excessive involvement every time they wanted to see it, and they wanted to keep the mobile with them. They open it and they see it, they open it and they see it, and they forget other tasks. The behavior pattern must persist and results in a significant impairment of a daily functioning across personal, social, and professional domain. So these days, I have said, like I conduct a lot of training programs for a corporate people and other people. They say the procrastination is one problem they're facing a lot. They say, let me do it later. Let me do it later. This is the feeling, let me do it later. But they will not do it. At the like or end of the day or end of the week, the work will pile up. They're not able to complete it. Okay, because of which one person he lost his job. Okay, and so many people they received notice because they're not performing up to the mark. The users consistently prioritize internet activities over essential life responsibilities, leading to the neglect of a basic needs like a sleep, nutrition, and hygiene. The sleep is one. There's so many people having a problem. The mobile is a big enemy for a sleep. Okay. The physical and psychological symptoms like a sleep disorder, visual strain, chronic headaches, anxiety when offline, and increased social isolation that has become the recent, the changes is what the people are connected online but disconnected offline. Continued excessive internet use, despite awareness of a negative consequences, indicates a loss of control and potential dependence pattern. The last criteria, the condition often manifests with a progressive withdrawal from the real world relationship in favor of an online interaction, creating a cycle of social dysfunction. But these are symptoms, but we need to understand the pattern. What is the pattern that I have? So this is different social media terminologies. So many people may experience this. The first is called as a pubbing. Pubbing means the act of ignoring someone in a social setting by looking at the phone instead of paying attention to them. You may take example, 4 or 5 people will be there, but like they do not give importance to the physical interaction. But though they are in group, though they are in group, they engage in a mobile. This is called pubbing. The second is a FOMO. FOMO means the fear of missing out. Always we see phones thinking that if I miss out something very important, okay, and we just try to avoid the other task. The third one is a nomophobia. Nomophobia is a fear of being without mobile phone, fear of being without mobile phone or being unable to use it. I don't know how many of you experience that the students are taking out their mobiles and using during a class. Okay. So this has become a big issue. This has become a big issue. This is called nomophobia. They have their mobile phones. When they don't use it, it gives them a lot of discomfort. Next, selfie-tease. Selfie-tease is an obsessive need to take a selfies and post them on a social media. Okay. And they post it and they open it. They will see how many likes have come, how many comments have come. Like cyberochondria. Cyberochondria is a term which says that so many people have become a Google doctors. They have an illness, they will go to the hospital, they will see all the records, they will go to Google, they search information, and they will try to apply on them. Okay, this is called cyberochondria, which is actually not good. But I have received one patient, he's just around 30 years old, and he stopped the medicine. You know why? The doctor has given him a medicine. He went back and he started searching about those medicine. He thought that this medicine is for a epileptic illness. I don't have epilepsy. Why should I take it? This is what the reason he stopped the medicine. But he is not able to understand the background of it. Next, online disinhibition effect. So this is online disinhibition effect. It says some people they express everything online, but they would not do same when they come offline. When in the physical presence, they will not do it. So now this has become a trend. Okay, I have seen so many. If someone is really upset about somebody, he will not express it. He will go and put it on a social media. He will put it on a status. A social comparison. I will compare myself with other people. And because of this, and there is something called as body dysmorphic disorder, which has been which is the significant, sorry, it has been increasing significantly among the people. Okay. Body dysmorphic disorder means they don't like the way they are. They see that like my nose should be like that, my face should be like that, my air should be like that, and my skin complexion should be like that, and they do a lot of alteration to their appearance, and they will come online. Okay. Next, cyberbullying. Cyberbullying, the rate of cyberbullying, the rate of cyber fraud, online fraud, it has been increasing like anything. You might have seen on social media, if you just dial somebody, immediately you will receive a notification from the government of India saying that if you get a calls, if you get a messages, don't engage in them. Next, doom scrolling. Doom scrolling means we will not see any information on a mobile. Simply just spending time on scrolling, 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 which will exhaust our mind energy, which will exhaust our psychological energy. Next is a ghosting. Ghosting, that means all of a sudden we disconnect relationship with somebody online. So this will emotionally hurt us a lot. Okay, online. And the last one, online gaming, that I have not mentioned that. Online gaming, uh, you know, uh, the prevalence has been increasing like anything. There's so many people are losing money on online game. Next, what is the brain mechanism? What is the neurobiological mechanism behind this social media use? So when we call someone is addicted to the social media, that we need to understand called as a this is a mechanism which happens inside the brain called reward pathways. There is a mechanism in a brain. This is a reward pathways. When we use social media and when we take any kind of a substances like a tobacco or alcohol, so this reward pathways which produces a chemical called dopamine. Dopamine is a kind of a chemical. It gives us a kick. It gives us kick, and it will increase our energy. It will improve our mood, and we feel so comfortable. We're so happy. So when this dopamine releases in our mind, but more and more social media use, more and more taking any kind of a substances, this brain mechanism, the reward pathways which produces dopamine, and when you don't use it, the dopamine level will come down so that you feel so sad, so that you feel so irritable, so that you feel so, dull, that you don't like that, that feelings, that will make you to use it again. Okay. Then you will come back and you will use the social media again. Your dopamine level increases. And after you stop it, dopamine level will come down. At one point of time, you will reach a level where if your brain wants to release the dopamine, you should engage in mobile only. Okay. Then any other activity will not release the dopamine to that level. If you involve in cricket, physical cricket, no. If you involve in any kind of other games, no. If you involve in chit chat, no. If you just go and chit chat with the friends and going around and roaming, no. Then end of the day, your brain says, use social media. I will release the dopamine so that you can enjoy. So therefore, this is happening in Instagram. This is happening in Facebook. This is happening in even in online gaming. So we should be very careful. This is the brain mechanism. Like the cyberbullying, because why I'm telling you cyberbullying, probably, of course, like it is very important to get awareness about this cyberbullying. The cyberbullying is happening in a way that is through the emails, through the cell phones, text messages, and the internet sites, threatens, harass, embarrass, socially exclude, damage the reputation and friendship. Okay, the bullying is an intentional activity. So where people try to harm you, people try to damage your image. This is happening for a particular cause. Because why it happens, there are different reasons for it. Because like when the cyberbullying happens, we will not even understand that we are undergoing a cyberbullying. Especially kids are the major victim of a cyberbullying. You can see, uh, just 1 minute. This is a percentage of cyberbullying. You can see the prevalence of cyberbullying by age. By the age 15, 12 it starts. By the age 15 and 16, the cyberbullying percentage is really high. And then as age progresses, the cyberbullying will come down. I've just, one girl, she came to hospital. Her father brought her, and like she was into the severe depression. I asked her like what happened. She said my mobile got hacked. Okay, hacking happened. Uh, then like when it was happened where, and she explained everything. Then I asked like your parents know about it. She said yes, my parents know about it. Then I asked like your relatives, yes, they know about it. Your close friends, yes, they know about it. Then what is bothering you? And she said like all my personal information, my photos, everything is there. And I asked like, did you keep a private videos or private photos in it? Then she said no. Then why are you bothering more? No, I have a fear if the hacker use these photos or information for a wrong purpose. Okay, if they use it for a wrong purpose, what happens? Already everybody knows it. And the hacker has demanded for 2 lakhs rupees of money, and they paid it also. Then what is bothering you? Then no, in case if the photos are morbid, face is mine, the body is somebody. Okay, body is somebody. If it comes out, how can I face it? But everyone, all like your support system, no, it is very difficult to convince if it comes out. Okay, if it comes out, it is very difficult to convince. So I can't go and tell everybody it is not mine. All people know about it. So this is what happens in the cases of cyberbullying. We don't know, but the same happening. Especially you take examples of trolls. Okay, uh, people will put a different post or different videos on a social media, and the kind of trolls that they come, it will disturb them. So now the trend has been changing in a way that if you wanted like uh, uh, to increase your image, number one, to increase your image and to make or to project yourself as so popular, social media is one. And youth especially attracted more towards social media for a peer acceptance, peer recognition, and peer support. Social media is one. And if they go anywhere, they wanted to put it on a social media. They celebrate. They don't expect like a physical wishes. They expect that online wishes. And in case of birthday, in case of any other special day, they wanted like people to put it on a social media. So this trend is actually, you know, this trend is actually not good. But one or other time they start suffering from it, because in case if the things are not going as their expectation, it is going to disturb them like anything. It causes more distress. The cyberbullying is one. They should be very careful. How cyberbullying happens, the different types of cyberbullying. The first is a flaming, online fights using electronic messages with the angry and vulgar languages. Okay, I wanted to tell one of my example here only. So probably I think 10 years back, I was using a Facebook. Then I put one comment on a social media, especially on a Facebook. One post has come, I put one comment. And immediately after I put comments, there were several comments back to back coming from a different people. And some people are supportive, some people are not supportive, some people are making a very vulgar kind of a language. That time I didn't realize. When I closed it, I started realizing, because I put my comment. When I put my comment, it will reach all my followers. In case if there are 1,000 followers, 1,500 followers, it will reach all of them. And you're going to show what is your stance on a particular matter. And the kind of comments that you get, in case if there are vulgar comments, how other people can think about me, how other people may perceive me, that I can't come and express, that I need to keep it in my mind. This is what happening with the youths, today's youths. Okay. So online gaming, sorry, online flaming, they fight lot online. They fight lot online. Next is the harassment. Repeatedly sending a mean and insulting messages. You might see recently what happened. Because of this harassment, one person got killed by a celebrity. Okay. So the court is there in a court. Sorry, the case is there in a court. Next is a cyber stalking. Cyber stalking is a repeated and intense harassment that include threats or creating a significant fear. Next is a denigration. Denigration is spreading a rumor online. Online is kind of a virus. The rumor spreads very faster. So therefore, we should be very careful what we are putting, what we are seeing, and what we are commenting, what we are liking. So next is the impersonation. Impersonation is a pretending to be someone else and sending the post material to get that person in trouble or danger. Okay, as I've told, it's a kind of a ghosting because they use wrong identities. They will mislead us. The next is outing. Outing means sharing someone's secret or embarrassing information or images online. Trickery, tricking someone into the revealing secrets or embarrassing information, then sharing it online. The last one is called as exclusion, intentionally or cruelly excluding someone from the online group. So these are different kinds of online bullying or cyberbullying. So today's youths are becoming a victim of this cyberbullying. They are into the lot of distress. They are into the lot of psychology. They are facing a lot of psychological problems because of this. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to face this because something it is totally new. Okay, and when the youth become distressed, when the youth starts facing a psychological problem, the real problem it starts in their home. The parents states suffer a lot. Okay, so they should be very careful. Next, why cyberbullying is increasing in India? That means like having because we don't have a strong or a strict, the policies or an act which regulate social media. Next, personality, individual personality types. What is the motivation to harm and domination, revenge and entertainment? What is the type of a motivation the person has? Sometimes maybe narcissistic, sometimes maybe sadistic, sometimes maybe sensation seeking, etc. Then aggression. Yes, I have a lot of aggression towards somebody, but I can't do anything to him. So what I can do it, I can damage his image on social media. Then moral disengagement, the way we brought up, the kind of parenting, the environment in which we are living. Okay, environment in which we are living. Next, narcissism. Narcissism is one type of a personality. So where I feel that I'm more supreme, I have a superior thoughts, I am the more proud person. This is more of a self-centered mentality. Next, mental health impact using a problematic social media. A lot of research says that 1 in 7 Indians aged 15 to 24 years experience depression and anxiety. Depression and anxiety linked to especially social media use related to the poor self-esteem, reduced concentration, difficulty in communication, decreased productivity, high risk of substance use, and suicidal thoughts. In which I wanted to say difficulty in communication because you know why? Because of excess social media use, we are losing our social skills, especially in children. Especially in children, they will come home, their interaction, their social communication, everything has come down. So when we do not give more physical stimulation to them, their skills won't grow. Therefore, we can see nowadays, especially because of a COVID also, everything shifted online. Everything shifted online so that we can see today's children are facing a lot of social skill deficits. It's because of online, because of excess mobile use, they're not able to pay the concentration. The lower concentration is a withdrawal of excess mobile use. So they use mobile, they'll go to the schools, they will go to the college, they will go to the work. They can't pay more attention, they can't pay more concentration on the classes because they start having or experiencing the withdrawal symptoms of internet, excess mobile use or excess internet or excess social media use, and high risk of substance. So whenever they feel low, there are possibility, they are likely to develop smoking or any other alcohol use and suicidal thoughts. It's a high risk. Okay, so because social media is a kind of a materialistic things, online bullying or cyber bullying or trolling or failure or getting a lot of negative comments or not getting expected likes or something else. So this will disturb us a lot, produce us a lot of negative emotions, sometimes even leading to the suicide, even leading to the suicide. Next, psychological effect. Psychological effect, social media used as a validation tool. Okay. You don't need to express everything physically. You just go online, tell everything to the people. So it is a trend now coming online, coming social media, coming Facebook live, coming Instagram live. Okay, expressing things, even if it is happy moment, even if it is sad moment. Likes become a measures of self-worth. This is something called as social media metrics. Likes, comments, and share. Okay. So this will measure your self-worth. Creation of artificial internet persona. Okay. I just wanted to tell you one story here. When I was working in Nimans, there was a person from Punjab. He did his, he was post-graduated in psychology and he was really good. And he was writing a one book on psychology related thing, and he requested McGraw-Hill Publication House to publish this book. When he approached the McGraw-Hill Publication, book, in a publishing house, they asked like, "You have a social media account?" Then he said like, "I have a social media account." Like, how many followers you have? He said hardly around 2-3 thousand. So that publishing house, they gave a target to him saying that you must have a 20,000 followers in your social media, so that it will help us. So then he came back and he started, putting a lot of things and lot of involving in a paid promotion. He has increased his followers number from 3,000 to the 20,000, and then he approached this McGraw publication house. So this is one example. So artificial internet persona saying that like even you have a more followers, like you have a more a number of people who are following you, that means that you are a social media figure and social media image. And then body dysmorphia, already I've told. Algorithm driven content reinforces negative behavior. Everything what we see in the social media, that is not true. It is everything is programmed, everything is driven by algorithm, especially online gaming. So recently one person came with the mother and he was working in a Nestle. His monthly salary is 15,000 rupees. And he has been addicted to the online gaming from the last couple of years. And the mother was literally crying. I asked, like, what happened? And in a mobile online gaming, that person lost nearly around 8 lakhs rupees. 8 lakhs rupees. They have sold 1 acre of land to repay that loss. This is one example. Another example I wanted to say, because I have multiple examples like this. One guy is basically from Mysore. He was studying MBA in Mangalore, and her sister brought him here because why? In the online gaming, he lost 13 lakhs. You may ask a question like, how come it is possible to get a 13 lakhs, a rupee for that like 21, 22-year old guy? The father, he was a KSRTC driver. And after retirement, like whatever pension amount, everything has come, he put it in an account and then account details, everything given to him to manage. So to maintain. Then he withdraw all the 13 lakhs he invested on online gaming, he lost everything. Okay. And the same happening in the cases of trading. One girl, she attempted for a suicide. She lost nearly 2.5 crore in a trading. But why I'm telling all these things, you must understand when it comes to online gaming, probably your friends or your students at home, your children also may be doing this. Also, yes, we were also playing cricket. 15 years back, like when I was playing a cricket, we used to bet. We used to bet 5 rupees or 10 rupees. To consider or to declare someone is a winner, someone is a loser, or to say or to declare, yes, you won 5 rupees, you lost 5 rupees. It was taking nearly 2 hours of time to come to that conclusion. But online gaming is not like that, which in just 10 minutes or 15 minutes, everything gets over and you will lose the money. Okay. 99%, 99%, I never saw that a person you own lakhs together of money in online gaming and in something else like he built a house, he purchased the land, and he bought a car, etc. 99%, I have heard that they took a money from a different sources. They are under the threat. They're getting a threat calls. They have a huge pressure from their, banking people, and their family environment got disturbed. Their health got disturbed. Now, how do you expect that? Like, if you are involving yourself into this kind of pathetic social media use or online gaming, how do you expect that entire family should maintain a well-being? This is highly difficult. Next, like to eating disorders and exercises obsessive exercises means, as I've said, there are notification anxiety, WhatsApp anxiety. Every time a notification comes, immediately just take out of things like see what is happening. Okay, so these are obsessive exercise. When it comes to the behavioral changes, you need to see increase the dependency on social platforms. Risk of cyberbullying is more. Development of a feeling of inferiority, changes in a behavioral patterns, compulsive need for a social acceptance. Along with this, you can see in a behavioral changes, aggression, sadness, sleep disorders, depression, anxiety are a common phenomena that we see here. Next, strategies to maintain a well-being, especially with regard to the digital related. The first is called digital detox. Digital detox, intentionally disconnecting from the technology for a periods of time to recharge and reduce a mental strain. Of course, I say the awareness is a best medicine. Awareness is the best medicine if you take it seriously. You have a problem. When you have a good amount of knowledge about the problem, the solution is easy. When you don't know anything about the problem, solution becomes so tough. Therefore, when you know your mobile use has become, our internet use has become, our social media has become a problematic, the first you must understand why it has become a problematic and how much I'm using it. Okay. When you have a clear awareness so that you can make a changes in your lifestyle, so that you can make a changes in the pattern of mobile use. And the family contribution is also very important. And now mobile use and internet use or social media, and it has to become a family policy. Family policy in the sense all family members should follow it. Okay. I always advise parents to follow their children on social media so that what children are putting, family members will know it. And the family members can guide the children well, what they can do, what they can't do in social media, so that you can keep them in a safer side. You then keep them, you can watch them. At the same time, you can also maintain a good relationship with them. So digital detox is one. Have a awareness, take a time, stay away from the technology so that you can restore your brain energy. You can restore and you can reduce your mental strain, and you can also use it wisely. Second, mindfulness practices, meditation like yoga, deep breathing, and to stay present and manage stress triggered by a digital stimuli. Because why the breathing is very effective, I would say one small story here. One person, he was very interested in studying the monk's life. He went to the Jain's monk place. Okay. So he wanted to study the lifestyle of them. He went there and he was just studying. One day, what happened? There was a junior monk of around 15 years of age. He was teaching something to more junior monks. He was felt astonished. He went and asked the junior monk, "What are you teaching to them?" Then he said, "I'm teaching how to breathe." He was shocked. What are you teaching? Like generally, what like ABCD or 1, 2, 3? Generally, people will teach like what do you how to breathe. He said, "Why particularly breathing?" Then the junior monk said, "Our breathing is closely associated with our emotions. When you are sad, your breathing, there will be fluctuations. When you are angry, your breathing fluctuation happens. When you are in frustration, the fluctuation happens in breathing. When you are in anxiety, the fluctuation happens in breathing." So that the meditation, yoga, deep breathing exercises, that means you are also training your emotions. Also, you are understanding your thoughts. Whatever situation, whatever emotions, whatever negative thoughts which comes, the way you approach them will be stable. As long as you maintain stability and your mental health and mental well-being will be normal. So when you are not able to maintain the stability in all these aspects, you can see fluctuations in your mental well-being. Next, social media boundaries. Limiting time spent on social media, being selective about who you follow, avoid comparison to others. It is very careful. And what is your image? And what is your goal of using a social media? Whether you wanted to use a social media for entertainment purpose, or for the update purpose, or for the entrepreneur purpose, or for the marketing purpose. What is your purpose? What is your purpose of using a social media? I think you should have a discussions in your home why you wanted to use the social media. and what is the use, and what are all your goals, what are all the boundaries. Next, screen time management utilizes digital well-being. Screen time management, you can enable this in your mobile phone. Whenever you use continuously for 15 minutes or 10 minutes, your mobile will give you a notification saying that it is a time to shut it down. Okay, you follow those instructions and don't overcross it. Okay, you follow those instructions. At the same time, you can reduce your screen time, and your eyes issues and your neck issues will come down. Next, healthy digital habits, prioritizing real life interactions, engaging in hobbies outside of the screens, and setting dedicated screen free time. That is what I said. Screen free time means like it should be the your policy at home and policy at colleges or schools or any kind of university premises. This is the area where the screens are prohibited. Okay, we used to see the board like smoking is prohibited or something is prohibited. Now we need to put a board, the screens are prohibited. Okay, so there's a screen free zone, screens are prohibited. We entertain the physical engagement, hobbies, playing, real life interactions whenever is possible. Next, prioritize life connection. Spend a quality time. I would always say life connection means don't engage in online chatting, chatting through the WhatsApp, chatting through the email, chatting through the online Snapchat, etc. Because that is not good. Why you have to spend a lot of time? If you wanted to clear something, I would always advise make a phone call, talk to the person, and close it. And close it. When you start talking to the person, it hardly takes 2 minutes, sometimes 5 minutes. But when you engage in chatting, sometimes it may take 30 minutes or 40 minutes or 1 hour. Okay, it will take a lot of energy from you, lot of time from you, lot of mental strain from you. To avoid all these things, the best strategy is what? Whenever you wanted to convey certain things, the best idea, call somebody and talk to them. Okay, don't WhatsApp, don't email, nothing. In case if it is official, do it official. Of course, official communication has to happen in email. Okay, but other than that, I don't recommend WhatsApp chat, WhatsApp calling, or anything. Next, seek a professional help. Of course, whenever the use is excess, there are possibilities person may develop anxiety or depression. When the level of anxiety, when the level of depression is really more, a person require a consultation. He needs a treatment and he needs to take a medicine. Okay, he needs to take a medicine to just address the depression and anxiety. So therefore, it is very important. And when it comes to the sleep, as I say, you all know you are from the life science background. Sleep disorder is one which is increasing like anything. And the sleep is very important for physical and mental well-being. Because you know why? The sleep, there is something called as glymphomatic system. Glymphomatic system, it is a garbage removal system. Whenever you sleep, this glymphomatic system activates and it removes unwanted things from your brain. Number one. Second, in a deep sleep, in a good sleep, your body will restore the energy and it will relieve the pain. Okay, this happens. And because of your online involvement, because of your social media, the sleep procrastination happens. You will not have adequate sleep. When you don't get a sleep and you feel so tired in the morning, the regular time, all your activities will start, but you'll not be able to cope up with it. And you feel more tired, you feel more exhausted. For a better sleep, I would advise after 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, don't drink coffee or tea. You have a habit of smoking or other things, stop all of them. And after 4 or 5 or in the evening, and don't keep anything very important task or decision making task or any kind of argument or any kind of activity that requires more your brain involvement and mental energy. Okay, and eat minimum 2 3 hours before the sleep. Okay, drink less water. Like after the eat, at least you can drink, but before going to the sleep, don't drink more water. The bed which is meant for the sleep, use it for a sleep, and don't sit on that bed. Don't write your notes. Don't do any kind of computer activity, or don't talk to anybody. Don't shout at the place because the brain will start associating with the activities that you do it on a bed. Okay, so this is very important. And Make sure that there should be a very dull or a mild light in a bedroom, and the environment should be moderate. It should not be too cold, it should not be too high temperature. You should maintain it. And noise, avoid a noise, and follow a routine. The 9:30 or 10 o'clock or 10:30 you will sleep. At least morning 6 o'clock is a regular wake up time. So proper schedule, then your body will learn it, your mind will learn it, and it will start adjusting or adapting itself to that particular schedule. So these are strategies for a good sleep. So social media, of course, there are bright side, there are dark side, but we are seeing so much of dark side. We are seeing so much of dark side. So social media, uh, of course, like moderate use, it is good. Mild to moderate use, it is good. Excess use is going to disturb individual. It is going to disturb his academic. It is going to disturb his family life, personal life, career, and other areas. So hence managing it in a wisely is a good strategies for a better mental well-being. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, it's at 10:53. My presentation is over.